Have you completed everything? You need more time? What about the others? Have you guys completed it? Is that your formula? Okay, think about it again. That's not entirely correct. Think about it again. Very good, Mana. That's all we need. N minus 2 times 180. Yep, so you subtract 2, or the number of triangles is 2 less than the number of sides, right? That's great. So if we go back here, let me clear that ink. Okay, so if we go back here, the sum of the measures of the interior angles, right, of a convex polygon is, according to Mana and Ricky, we have n take away 2 times 180. Okay, that's the sum of all. Okay, so if you extend that to a regular polygon, so remember, in a regular polygon, all the angles are equal. So if you want to find one interior angle, what will be its measure? What will be its measure? You know, just one interior angle, if you know that the sum is n minus 2 times 180. What are you going to do to find just one angle in a regular polygon? Because, you know, whatever the measure of one angle, it's going to be the same for all of them. Regular means equal sides, equal angle, right? So what would you do with the formula n minus 2 times 180 to find the measure of one interior angle? So this is the sum of everything. And this works for all convex, right? Whether equal angles or not equal angles, whether regular or not. Okay, so think about this. It's similar to what we did to the 360 earlier, right? So if you just need one exterior angle of a regular polygon, what did we say? What was the formula that we had earlier? And you're going to do the same thing here. So what will you do to find the measure of just one? Or how to find the measure of each interior angle in a regular polygon? Anybody? Anyone? Okay, so let me go back here because I don't want to give that away. So let's say this is a regular pentagon, right? So you said earlier in a regular pentagon with 5 sides, this is 360, this is 540, right? So what am I going to do with the 540 to find the measure of each corner? And does it matter which corner I get? Does it matter which corner I get? Did my screen freeze or... Okay, because I'm not getting anything in the chat. So, how do you find the measure of one corner of this pentagon? What are you going to do with the sum that you got? Think about it. How do I get one of these? Divide by 5. There you go. So isn't that what we did earlier with the 360? You said we divided it by 9. That's how we got the 40, right? So in this regular pentagon, what's the measure of each corner? So what's 540 divided by 5? That's great, Abraham. So what's 540 over 5? 108. There you go. So each one is now 108 because it's a regular. Okay, and ignore the triangles in the middle. That's not what we need right now. I just use it as an example. Okay, so that means if you know the total, then you can give me the measure of each of the interior angles if the polygon is regular. Does that make sense? Okay, so going back here, let me clear the ink. So if you want to find the measure of one interior angle in a regular polygon, then it's going to be divided by the number of sides n, right? Okay. All right, so let's try that one here. Number 1. Find the value of x. So this is not a regular polygon because you can see the angles are different. So find the value of x using what you learned from here. And type in the top pod whatever you get. The first thing you have to do is count the number of sides. 88 again? Okay, so what do you call this figure right here? How many sides does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, right? It's a pentagon. So in a pentagon, what's the sum of everything? We said it was 540, correct? Yeah? So uh-huh. Okay, so if you add everything up, what's the sum? Okay, 456 if you add everything up, like 122. So for those, yeah, if you guys are confused, what we're doing is, we want to figure out what x is, yeah, knowing that the sum of the angles in a pentagon is 540. So we add everything up that's given. Your classmate said 456 for all these. Please verify that. And then plus x is equal to, then you plug in the value that we discovered earlier by counting the number of triangles, right? So 540. So if you subtract that, what's the final answer? What's the final answer? 4484. 4484. Okay, there you go. Uh-huh. So verify that. Okay. What about the others, you guys? Are you convinced? I don't know, because you're not typing in the chat. I mean, even the wrong answer would at least like tell me whether or not to go over it. Um, so if your answer is wrong, I mean, just type it in the chat bar. It doesn't matter. If I see all answers are wrong, then that tells me I have to like slow down and go over it. Yeah, but this time I just don't know. Oh, you ready in person? What about the others, you guys? Yes, you have to give me feedback, you guys, because I don't know. If you're not, there's another worksheet. Yes, and you have two things in Schoology. Yeah. Okay, so is it safe to assume I can move on to number 2? Because I mean, okay. All right. So for number 2, well, what kind of polygon is it? What kind of polygon do you see? Tell me how many sides. Start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do you call something with 6 sides? What do you call a polygon with 6 sides? What do you call a polygon with 6 sides? Hexagon. Thank you. All right. So if it's hexagon, what's the sum of all the angles? What should they add up to? Anybody? 720. Okay, 720. Wait, before I move on, does does everybody get where 720 is coming from? Because if you're not sure, then you better tell me now. You can DM me or if you guys are getting it, keep going. I just want to have some like wait time from the rest. Um, anyone? Any questions about where we're getting 720 from? Anybody? Okay. No comment? Alright. So for number 2, it's 720, right? Because it's a hexagon. So add everything up and tell me how much is remaining for this angle over here. So what is x equal to? 125 from Sabrina. Is that the same thing that the other people are getting? 125? Alright. Thank you, Abraham, Sabrina, Ismael. If that's the same answer that you guys got, can you also please type in 125 if it's your answer? If you're not typing it in, I'm assuming you did not get an answer. Either you didn't try it or you don't know how to do it. Yep, remember, communication is the key, you guys. I don't know what's going on your side. You gotta let me know what you need. Okay. Alright. Okay, I saw probably just 1/5 of the class saying 125. Okay. Um, okay. Okay, you know what? I want to get an idea of how we all are doing on this one. If, we're getting it or not getting it. And since I can't force everybody to give me a feedback. Okay, this is my way of getting a feedback. Okay, let's go to Soji. You have 2 attempts. I want to see your results before we log out today. So I'll give you about 6 minutes to do this. Do it now. I know, right? Like I don't know if I need to explain more. You guys usually are, you know, you usually give me more feedback in Zoom than what I saw today. Okay, so let's see. Live progress. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. I want everybody to get started. I'll give you about 5 minutes. I want to see how your first attempt is like. All right, here we go. Um, let me. So let me do the attendance while you guys are working on that. Emmanuel, did I mark you absent on that day? Did you receive a phone call? I will double check on that one. That's manual. And Marcelo was here, right? But he said he gets, okay, like what? Okay, 4 minutes. If you finish ahead of time, you start on the second one. But the first one has to be done in 4 minutes or less.